Okay, we're going up the ladder. Going up the ladder. The insulation is not present on this ladder. Just saying. So this is a heat sink. Then, see that screw right there? See that screw right there? I'm trying not to drop my stuff here. See the screw right here? That's a sheetrock screw. And this hole's been left open. See the hole inside of there? So they've been secured with nails like this instead of screws like that. So somebody's come along, screws, improperly secured with screws. Some holes are left open. Let's get on up here and see what we got. Okay. Got some flexible duct. Got some rigid duct. Loose fill insulation. Furnace which is labeled. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We're still looking. Just give me a moment to get... Okay. Here we go. Open junction boxes. Purlins are undersized because that's the way they built them back then. We got some walkway in here. And part of the reason why I didn't get much in the way of negative or less than lacking insulation statements, notices, Saved by the Bell. I just knew it was going to be a slow start. Okay, I'll play here. Good home, this is Bud. It's a Sean, and I'm in the attic. You can hear me now. He's calling on a recorded line for homeowners safety thing. Okay, this is a robot. See the dark insulation? Okay, it's because this attic has not been ventilating properly, and the dust is just landing. You see these trails running through here? Those are mouse trails. Only mice make trails like that. This is OSB over lath. At one time this was a wood shingle roof. We expect the house is 80 years old. But see all this silver paint? Gypsies. You will get some benefit from it. You will get some benefit. I'm not going to say you won't get benefit from it. About the same as if you'd painted it white. Whoever was the unfortunate soul who went to the state fair or whatever and thought he was going to get some space age crystal paint that's going to drastically reduce his energy bills, no more than average everyday household paint. So my client, the buyer, the next buyer, everybody would get some benefit from it, but whoever bought it got ripped off. Okay, now when you mix insulation, we've got two different layers of insulation here. When you mix insulation, you really don't know how much insulation you have. You don't know what the thermodynamics are. You covered over these mouse trails. You covered over all the mouse dookie. You covered up all the impurities and years of nasty insulation. But people do it. People do it. They just run insulation on top of it. And like the space age crystal paint, you will get some benefit from it. But it would have been nicer if the whole thing would have been vacuumed out and then gone in with a nice fresh layer, and that the attic ventilation would have been better thought out. We got some chicken legs over here. Somebody's been trying to support and that's over the kitchen. That's over the kitchen, so I don't know how that's going to go. I'm not an engineer, but that doesn't look real safe. What's the words for? We're missing some insulation here. I wonder why oh, you know what? My infrared camera did pick up the missing insulation over there, but I chose to ignore the reading. I'll go get another one. Because I thought at the time, it was the heat from the refrigerator. And so I thought that was a normal reading, but it's not. If you look over here, we've got open junction boxes in the insulation. The fireplace, chimney, the wood framing is too close to the chimney. Just about any engineer will tell you, oh, that's like, they're all like that. That's the way it's built. And I don't ever say anything about it. That's what I heard. But the Texas Real Estate Commission, they really got a bug. They really got a bug about that. So I'm going to say that the framing is too close to the chimney because they think I should, and by golly, I'm with them. I'm with them. All hands on deck. This air conditioning duct, okay, it should not be sealed. We got gaps in it. It should not be sealed with cloth tape. It should not be sealed with cloth tape. Why? Because it fails. It falls apart. It falls apart like that. We got a water heater in here. We got dielectric unions, temperature pressure relief drain, valve. That should have been insulated. Okay, it's a Bradford white. We're gonna have a little trouble discussing the age. It doesn't look like it's very old, and not being very old. I'm not seeing a builder's permit. I'm not seeing a green tag. Huh. Wonder how that happened. But anyway, it did. It did. 1, 2, 3. The turns are okay. You got a sediment trap for the gas. It's electronic ignition. It's 50 gallons. You're going to have to read the report, though. You have to read the report to find out what the age of that. And this, okay, that, if you read the instructions, they will tell you to put that on this. There it is. You got the parts. Got the parts to do it. See this gas line? That is just not a good gas connection. I'm sorry. That's kind of scary if you ask me. I mean, this vent right here, I'm going to measure it, but it doesn't look like it has 2 degrees pitch. It's supposed to have 2 degrees pitch to drain properly. We're going to measure it. I don't know. I'm just letting you know. Look in the report and see if I mentioned something about it. Because if it's fine, I'm not going to say, I checked that. You know, remember the video? I checked that out and it's fine. So check the video and see if it, check the report and see if the video observations made it. Okay. Coming on along here. Purlins are undersized. I already mentioned that. Purlin struts are undersized. We do not have stiffeners on the purlin struts. Well, you know, that's the way they were built. I'm not discounting my work, but that's the way they were built. This collar beam right here, boy, he's kind of loose. He's kind of loose. He's backing off right up in there. He is. Let's see what else we're looking at. Lots of storage. This is where the coat hangers all go. Coming on along. I'm going to get, in a minute, I'm going to get my infrared out and check for leaks. So we're coming on along here. It's supposed to have 36 inches of surface access in front of the indoor air handler. You don't. Gas line's supposed to be, it's not supposed to be exposed like that. You do have a deep P-trap, but it's not insulated. Your primary drain line is probably supported. Flue stack is probably supported. Gas line does not have a sediment trap. Gas line's exposed and does not have a sediment trap. What else? What else? Secondary drain line. Okay, primary drain line goes into a vent pipe. Not supposed to do that. They all do. None of them are supposed to do it. All of them do it. In these older houses, not newer construction. But that's how they retrofitted it. Right there. And then we coming on along. Sure, I can find something else. Oh, the electrical comes in fine. That's good. Oh, the safety pan does not discharge in the obvious location. Now I know what I was looking at on the other side of that wall. That's the east wall, not the west one. The east wall is supposed to discharge over a window. It's not supposed to go down to the ground. Because the primary goes to the vent stack. Which is better than going on the ground. Okay. Ducts kinked. Ducts kinked. Open junction box. Another open junction box in the attic. And again, I mentioned the attic frames are screwed in, and there should be a border around this ladder. This should be insulated. There should be a border around this tunnel so that the insulation doesn't end up on the floor. So, what else? Well, I'm just a going and a blowing. Okay, I'm going to stop and get some still images. But that's what our attic's looking like today. The attic. This should be an attic switch. How do we get the light on up here? We need some light so our space age crystals can reflect. and illuminate and guide our way.